Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thanks, Steve. Today I'll be speaking with a representative from a company that offers one of the best-paying professional jobs for work campers in the country. Today's episode is sponsored by The Dreamer's Journey. It's an online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear because you were designed for more. Get started in the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. For just $29.95 for 1 year of access, Dreamers have unlimited viewing of 50-plus videos to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, setting up a domicile, and operating a small business on the road, plus everything about work camping and how to find the right job for you. Each video is 30 to 90 minutes long to give in-depth coverage on each topic. There's no wrong time to get started, so for more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Matt Nelson works for Jackson Hewitt, a company that prepares income tax returns for people and businesses across America. Matt's franchise has locations in several states. He is based in the Dallas area, and his co-worker, Finn DeLima, who is also a former work camper, works in Albuquerque. Their franchise also has locations in New Mexico, California, and Colorado. The company is looking for work campers now to help prepare taxes from January through April 2023. Most of the returns work campers prepare are for individual taxpayers, while the full-time staff works with most businesses. Matt and Finn said the work is relatively easy and work campers do not need experience in business or accounting to be successful. They simply interview clients and use specialized software to enter data. The software determines the right place to put the numbers on the tax return and even does all the calculations to figure out how much tax is still owed or how large a refund the taxpayer will receive. Of all the traits Jackson Hewitt looks for in work campers, having a good attitude tops the list. People pour out their hearts and reveal personal information about their families and financial situations. So work campers need to be good conversationalists in working quickly to build trust with clients. While Jackson Hewitt does have standard offices, many of their temporary locations are found in Walmart stores where work campers meet with customers in kiosks. The opportunity remains one of the most lucrative work camping jobs on the market. Work campers put in at least 30 hours a week. Not only do they get a free RV spot, they also get paid between $15 and $17 per hour plus bonuses. Overtime is likely available as well, especially during busy periods of the tax season. There is also plenty of time to explore whatever area work campers are visiting. In fact, Matt's franchise prepares a guidebook for work campers by offering suggestions on things to do and local resources they can tap into to make their stays more enjoyable. To tell us more about work camping jobs with Jackson Hewitt, please welcome Matt Nelson and Finn DeLima to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Matt and Finn. I appreciate your time. Can you tell us a little bit about what Jackson Hewitt is and where you folks are located?
Definitely. Thanks for having us. My name is Matt Nelson. We're a locally owned and operated franchise of Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. So we've got all the benefits of a small employer, but then the backing and branding of a national tax franchise. So it kind of really gives us the best of both worlds. I'm actually located in Dallas. We've got Finn with me here. He's in Albuquerque, and we've got offices kind of throughout the Dallas area, the New Mexico market, some in Colorado, and then also a little in California.
Oh my, so you have a lot of opportunities on the west side of the United States.
We do. So it gives some freedom and flexibility to kind of keep the same employer, same job, but still give the flexibility among the work camping lifestyle.
So what is Jackson Hewitt and what does it do?
Yeah, so Jackson Hewitt is a national tax franchise. So we provide income tax preparation for basically all taxpayers. We can also help with business taxes, even bookkeeping, payroll, resolving IRS issues. But the main thing Jackson Hewitt specifically is known for is going to be the income tax preparation.
Okay. Now, are work campers involved in all these types of taxes? Or are they specifically focused on consumers or individuals rather than business?
Yeah, they're going to be just in the individual income tax prep area.
Now, do they need a lot of experience in this, or is this something you provide training for?
Yeah, we provide all of the training. So all of the training is going to be paid, and it's also very customizable. So we work virtually with them to take an income tax course. For the most part, very user friendly, where it takes someone from not knowing really anything kind of about the tax industry, and we can kind of get them to be a tax preparer where they can prepare the majority of tax returns on a basic level and provide the service that we need for the majority of taxpayers in a short amount of time. And obviously we don't want them to jump into something where they're not quite ready. So we've got different mechanisms in place to make sure that we feel comfortable with letting them prepare taxes, and that they feel comfortable before they jump into preparing taxes on their own.
Are there any special traits that they need?
We definitely like a good attitude. So that's one of our big ones, is coming with a good attitude. So like I said, the skills, the tax skills specifically, is something that we can train, but it's almost more of a customer service business. People pour out their lives and their hearts and their financial situation on the tax table. So we have to be able to engage someone quickly, build trust quickly. So we look for more of kind of the character in the position and the customer service piece over anything else that we look for.
Do work campers really need to be good with numbers? Would that help?
I mean, it might help, but honestly, nowadays the computers and the systems and the things that we have in place are going to, take away a lot of any kind of memorization or using the specific calculator. So any kind of tables and things like that, I'm sure some people get scared of, hearing they have to learn numbers or IRS tables and the 1040 itself and taxes. And we really like to take the fear, out of that. And really, we're going to provide you with a mechanism and a flow of the tax return that is very very conversational based, just like what we're doing here. You're having a conversation as you're going through the interview, hearing about different jobs or things that they've done, their kids. And then from there, the software and the mechanisms that we have in place really kind of make a great user customer service experience. So that's where we focus, is attitude, and then just be able to build rapport with customers quickly.
That's what I've heard from other work campers, is that it's relatively simple. The software asks what number to enter, and they just get that number and put it in there. They don't have to do any of the calculating themselves.
Yeah, and it really makes, if there's something that's a blatant error, it's going to make sure. So you almost have to go out of your way to do something incorrect, because there's things in place that will help eliminate any of those errors.
So on a typical day, a work camper would have an appointment with somebody who would come into the office, and then they would just have a face-to-face interview, or is it done over the phone?
Yeah, I'll let Finn, why don't you jump in and kind of give a day-to-day, what it would look like for a work camper.
Definitely. So I'm located in Albuquerque. So we have offices in our Walmart locations and then our actual retail locations. And really during the season, we'll be very, very busy. I mean, I remember during the thick of the season, I had an appointment probably every hour. Now, a lot of the customers are returning customers, and that does make a huge difference in terms of either entering their data in or just kind of refreshing and just going over and updating things from the previous tax year. But yeah, we definitely will have the appointments. The customer will come in. You really you greet them, you look over their documents, and you just see what's new in their life, because all of these different changes will affect their taxes depending on what they are. And if you're able to interview them and to go through all of those things very nonchalantly while you're going through their documents, I mean, and then you just start entering the information in the computer, the return's practically done.
That's very neat. So you really don't have to know a lot about numbers or taxes. You just have to be good with people, but maybe be attuned to what they're saying. So if they mention like getting a medical device this year, your ears could pick up and say, ooh, there's a tax deduction for that, possibly, and then go into it and get more information?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's right. Greg, you may be interested in some work, it seems like. I think you'd be a great preparer.
These are seasonal positions. When do they start?
We look for people to start around the beginning of January. So we will begin hiring the hiring process in the summer, do a little bit of virtual training throughout the fall, and then they'll come on board, come on site in around January 2nd or so, and then work through about mid-April.
Because you folks have franchises all over the western part of the country, do you assign the work camper to a particular location, or do they apply to be in a specific location?
Yeah, they would apply specifically to an area. So obviously we're one company that has the multiple locations, and then they would give us their preference and we'll do the best we can to accommodate. Sometimes it doesn't work out and they may have to have their second choice. And then from there, we would just, ask them if that's something that they're willing to concede on. But we try to do the best we can on placing people where they would like to go.
I would think like Dallas, for example, there are probably multiple locations there. So if somebody wanted to be in Dallas, it might be North Dallas, South Dallas, East Dallas, whatever it is, but you would be able to find work for them.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. If it's within one of our kind of franchise locations and areas within reason, we would try to accommodate them. That's where they want to be.
How many hours are the work campers typically working?
We would like them to work at least a 30-hour work week if we're providing the RV spot. We do offer them availability where if they just want to kind of work part-time, less than that, where we may not offer the site. But if we're paying for the site, then we'd like up to a 30-hour work week. And we do have some people that really want to they come in and they work taxis and they want to work more than 40 hours a week. So we really can accommodate a varying schedule depending on what the work camper would like.
And these are paid positions. So what kind of salary range are they looking at, or wage range?
Yeah, so we'll start this year. We're going to be starting between 15 and 17 an hour. We've got bonuses. We've got the free RV site. For the most part, we like to offer them a flexible schedule, a little bit of time off here and there where they can take adventures. So we do the best we can because we do have a lot of hours within a short amount of time with tax season. We do the best that we can to accommodate what the work camper specifically would like.
Do you folks have a campground that you're putting people in, or do they just get their own RV space and you provide some compensation for that?
Absolutely. So in the beginning, about 3 or 4 seasons ago, we were using like the local KOA or local campgrounds, things like that. But honestly, just for Albuquerque, because that's where I have the most experience, there aren't very many campgrounds or campsites that at least have the availability. So what Matt has been doing, which has been amazing, is we actually have homesteads. So we have a homestead, multiple in Albuquerque, and then we have homesteads in Texas. And the campers are able to live on site on these paved RV sites, full hookups. And then they also have access to the amenities such as the home, full kitchen, bathroom, shower, laundry. And I mean, if I were to go back in time and if I had those amenities, I mean, it's amazing. And it's amazing to be able to see these work campers even form those friendships because they're able to, come down after work, go to the house, hang out in the living room, be able to have the internet that actually works, because we definitely know that that's an issue in campgrounds. And just being able to come together in like the local areas. And then at the end of the night, if you want, you can go back to your camper.
And just to be clear, these are more of a residential area. So they may be about a half acre to an acre site that has a house on it. And then they have little pads around them that we've outfitted with the RV sites, because we're going to be doing this for a long time. So we saw the value in giving them some community. But again, if the sites couldn't accommodate us, we still needed to bring them in. So that was why we did that.
Ben, when did you start working as a work camper?
So I actually started with the company right before COVID, so in 2019. So I had no idea what would have even come of this opportunity. So I started in 2019.
And now you are full-time with Jackson
Yep.
Hewitt?
Yeah, now I'm full time and working year round. I mean, the company has expanded so much in the past couple years, so now even more of us have the opportunity to work through the summer. Helping clients with conflict resolution, just filing returns. I mean, it's been very busy, especially with all of the locations we're in, and with all of the different state rebates coming out. And yeah, it's been an amazing opportunity.
That's very good. And because you've got the multiple locations, is it possible for a work camper to spend one season in Dallas and the other season in Albuquerque or Las Cruces and a third season out in California if they wanted to?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's one advantage we have is we do have that the multiple opportunities, and so they could do a season here and a season there, but they still have the same team, the same culture, the same ownership, same branding, so they get to have that consistency, but try out a new area.
What are the bonuses based on?
Bonuses are going to be based on volume, so amount of returns or amount of money generated will then determine kind of a year-end bonus.
Okay. And so this is something that's paid at the end of the work time, the commitment that they
Correct.
made. And does that
Correct.
extend beyond April 15th?
Well, the last couple of years with COVID, it has, but we're hoping no. We're hoping it ends. Those tax professionals know what I'm talking about, but no, we hope it ends around April 15. Normally, and then we'll pay those bonuses out. Within usually by the end of the month.
And you're recruiting right now for people to start in January.
That's right. So yeah, we recruit in the summer and into the fall, but yeah, we'll have pretty much everybody lined up. Um, you know, hopefully within the next couple of months. So yeah, if you're interested, jump on now because we will be full come come November, December, January. We probably won't have spots left.
What's involved in the interviewing and hiring process?
As we've grown, we've brought on a hiring manager. So I'll leave her information here at the end. So you would give a call to Kim or shoot an email with Kim, and she'll do our basic interview. And in that interview, again, nothing to be scared about or worried about, but it's more of a get to know you situation where we want to kind of see who you are and see your culture and make sure you fit, who we are and what we're about, and then kind of see what we want it to be a fit for both sides. So it's more of an interview on both sides. And then if that's something where we want to move forward, we'll ask for a commitment from them. So just a signature saying, hey, yeah, we want to commit to this. And then from there, we'll send out a kind of a virtual tax course that we'll give them, for free. And they'll do that virtual tax course just over the fall as they have time. We ask that they come in January with that course completed. And that kind of moves us right into our, in-person live training right when they get there is the process.
So they can complete the training right now while they're working at a different work camping job and like in the evenings or on the weekends whenever they have some time off.
And we do have a couple of jobs that are remote. So after someone has worked a year with us, so we want to make sure that we get a year with them. And then after that, we do open up a couple remote opportunities. So those that want to stay on the road, we might have some remote opportunities, but we want to season with you. And then from there, we might have some remote opportunities as well.
It sounds like one way that Jackson Hewitt works to separate itself from other work camping jobs by having those remote opportunities on multiple locations to go to.
I would say so. We want to have a big advantage. We want the best of the best.
And this is unusual because it's a well-paying professional job, and those are relatively rare in the work camping industry.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think that does give us that advantage as well is, we get a lot of people that want to, stay sharp, stay mental, stay learning and developing. And so, they'll come from, working a summer job, in the mountains or something like that. But then they get a winter job where they can, really hunker down and challenge themselves, get back into a professional environment, still see some sights and then take off again for the summer. So I really hope it's a win-win for them.
What can a work camper do to really stand out with their application?
Yeah, so like I said with our tax interview, anybody is a client, and so we have a big diversity among people that we see. So people may make a lot of money, they make very little money, they may have a lot of kids, they may have just lost a kid. So the ability to connect with people and treat everybody with respect is a big part of what we do, because we see so many different things. And so I think connecting with our interviewer and finding that common ground to where you can connect and be understanding and empathetic, I think those are great traits to look for.
How many work campers are you looking to hire this next season?
We usually hire about 10 to 15 work campers. This year, we're actually trying to overhire to kind of, grow into the positions that we have. So we're looking for about 20 people this year.
People can work overtime?
Yeah, we have some places where, for example, in Albuquerque is one of the great examples where we hire the most out of. And because we open up inside some retail locations, like Ben mentioned, inside Walmart, our size of our footprint almost quadruples. So that's why we need work campers, is because our local staff can handle only so much. And so we supplement by these additional offices that we open just seasonally. And sometimes we have people that, hey, this is what they want to do and they want to work overtime, so we can allow that.
Then when you were working as a work camper doing this thing, did you have time off to explore the area?
Absolutely. And actually, for some of the new work campers coming on, we even put together a little guidebook for them, giving them some good tips of just local things to do in the area and different resources for them. But there's so many different landmarks, points of interest in Albuquerque, Las Cruces, Santa Fe. We have our locations in Trinidad and La Junta, Colorado, and those are also beautiful as well. And then even with our North Texas and then our Richmond, California, all of these different areas have so much different things to offer, and especially if you're an outdoorsy person.
An outdoorsy person? Absolutely, in New Mexico.
The thing about the ebb and flow of tax season is we can have a very busy time where it's kind of all hands on deck, and then it may be a month or a few weeks where it's a little bit slower, and we can say, hey, anybody that wants to take this week off to go explore, go for it. So again, the timing of tax season also gives us an advantage, because it really allows us that flexibility.
What's one thing you wish all work campers knew before they came to work for you?
Well, I wish they knew about us. I think the big thing is just getting the word out that this type of position works, and that our specific franchise is available, where we can provide these opportunities, around the country, or more on the west side of the country. And we want to get the word out to know that we are an option and that we're a great option. We'd love to work with them.
Where can people get more information about the opportunity?
So I'm going to give a phone number here. So if everybody want to grab a pen, I'm going to have you give our hiring manager, Kim McAfee, a call. Her phone number is 940-222-6599, or her email is kmcafee, so KMCAFEEJH tax HR @gmail.com.
It sounds like a fun opportunity for people. And is it possible, if they've been out traveling for a while and they want to settle in that location, it sounds like there might even be some opportunity for people to jump into full-time year-round employment.
It can. It worked for Finn, so let's see if it can work for them.
Super. Well, thank you folks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us, Greg.
I'd like to thank Matt Nelson and Vin DeLima for describing the opportunity to work for their Jackson Hewitt franchise next spring at a location in Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, or California. Their franchise is just one of several Jackson Hewitt locations around the country that hires work campers to prepare tax returns. The work is more centered on interactions and conversations with customers than it is specific accounting functions. In fact, Matt said work campers would have to go out of their way to make a mistake because the software Jackson Hewitt uses is so efficient in guiding tax preparers through the data entry process. Work campers who get jobs with Jackson Hewitt can find jobs year after year at different locations around the country. People who work for Matt's franchise have multiple states to choose from. But once people are trained on Jackson Hewitt software, they can work in just about any city in America in the following years. In addition to the above-average hourly rate and bonuses the company offers, Matt's franchise provides an unusual perk for work campers. Rather than staying in an RV park, Workampers live at what the company calls homestead sites, where each RV is parked on a paved pad with full hookups, but RVers have access to amenities inside the home, like a full kitchen, laundry facilities, and living areas where they could congregate with each other. They can also tap into true high-speed internet service. Matt's franchise is looking for about 20 Workampers right now to complete online training this fall and begin working on-site in January. To apply, call their hiring manager Kim McAfee at 940-222-6599. Many other Jackson Hewitt franchises are also looking for tax preparers next year. You can find them and get more information by visiting www.jacksonhewitt.com. Then scroll to the bottom of the homepage and click on Become a Tax Pro under Careers. Opportunities are also listed on the Workamper News website, where members can find additional details after logging in. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News. With its Diamond and Platinum membership tools, Workamper News is much more than just a job listing website. When you put the tools of this professional service into action, you'll find out just how easy it can be to turn your work-camping dreams into reality. The one-year memberships open the door to a one-stop shop for all things work camping. Being the original resource for work camping, you'll find the largest number of job listings, be able to connect with the community of work campers, and view resources compiled by experts who've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for many years. If you're serious about leading a successful and enjoyable work camping lifestyle, then a Diamond or Platinum membership is for you. You can even get started with a free 30-day trial by visiting www.workamper.com/trial. Embark on new adventures today with the support of Workamper News behind you. That's all I have for this week's show. Next time, I'll be interviewing the owner of a campground in Virginia about work camping opportunities next spring, summer, and fall. I'll have those details on the next episode of The Workamper Show. Thanks for listening.